Let's begin, everyone. Rocking 8 repetitions. Down on the mat on your knees, both knees apart slightly. Interlace your fingers in together and have your forearm rested on the mat. Right? From here, on the breath in, you're going to transfer the weight forward, and on the breath out, transfer the weight back. Adjust yourself if you need to as you go through the first repetition. Now you're going to do 8 repetitions. If you want to do a little bit more, you can do a little bit more, or you can just keep it at 8. We're all just doing about 8 repetitions for all the exercises. If you think that intensity is not enough for you, then add on with it. So on the breath in, as you shift the weight forward, inhale, exhale, transfer the weight back. Remember to make sure that the buttocks tuck downwards when you go forward, and inhale as you go forward. Exhale, push back. All right, let's move on to the next exercise, cow and cat stretch. Hips directly above your knees, feet flat down or curl your toes right under. Shoulder blades gliding down towards the hips, and keep the shoulders sitting directly above the wrist line. On the breath in, look up, arch the back, think of the tailbone reaching towards the ceiling. Shoulder blades down. On the exhale, round the back, push firm into your arms, and then push the back up and round the back. So when you come up into the flexion, make sure your tailbone is tucked right under so you really open and stretch the lumbar section of your spine. Inhale as you look up, shoulder blades gliding down towards the hips. Exhale as you round up, push firm from your palms, round the upper back, tuck the tailbone under. 8 repetitions once again. If you can't do flexion, try to focus on extension. Extension is when you're looking up and the spine is arching back slightly. All right, and then all you just do is bring your spine to neutral, where it's just flat. It's not rounded, it's just flat. All right, let's come to extension and push-up. So bring the hips a little bit lower down to the mat, arms straight. You're going to lower the hips straight down to the mat, and then the upper body. Keep your both arms very close to the chest. You're going to adjust yourself once you're down on the mat. When you lift yourself up, you're going to focus on lifting the head, chest, rib cage, belly. Have your arms straightened out there before you transfer the weight back into a child pose position. Once again, 8 repetitions. Down, drop the hip, belly, rib cage, chest, and then the head. Push yourself up, reversing the order. Keep the feet down on the mat without coming off the mat. So your elbows are collapsed into the side. And the breathing is, as you push yourself up, you're going to inhale. And on the exhale, you push yourself back. Breathe in as you bring the hips back down to the mat. Exhale as you lower yourself back down. 8 repetitions again. You can hold if you want on the lift up position. So here, if you want to hold for a little bit longer, you can hold for a little bit longer before you lower the chest down to the mat. And as you push yourself up, you can hold for a little bit before lifting yourself back in. Let's move on to the next one. Single leg lifts. Kneeling down, hips directly above your knee, shoulders directly above your wrist. Have one leg extended out and make sure you lift it from your belly area. Lift one leg straight up, make sure the belly doesn't sag down, and then lower the leg back down, toes just touching to the mat. So you're inhaling as you lift, exhale as you lower. Keep the neck nice and elongated. 8 repetitions on the left leg and 8 on the right. So be very careful of your belly area, because tendency for us as we go along, we tend to forget about our spine, and the spine keeps sagging down. That means the belly is pushing down further to the mat. You want to try to feel that lift from the core area as you lift the leg. Try not to shift the weight off too much to one side. Keep the weight stable in the middle. When you lift your leg up, make sure you're squeezing your buttocks. and then lower down. All right, lying flat on your back, propping yourself up from your elbow, chest open, feet flexed. You're going to raise your leg up to about 30 degrees high and then lower straight down. This is a great work for those of you who have knee problem, is to set your quadricep muscle to get it to contract. So inhale as you lift, exhale as you lower down. Try to keep the shoulders down and the neck elongated. 8 repetitions on the right and 8 repetitions on the left. So the goal is to keep that spine straight, don't slouch down. If you need to prop yourself up with a pillow on the back, you can also do that. Alright, when you're done here, we'll come to stretches. You're going to hold each stretch for about 30 to 45 seconds. We come to your hamstring. Make sure your toes is aligned with your knee. This to make sure the ankle is not tilting. And buttocks straight down on the mat. Try not to curl the bum up. Pause the video as I'm speeding up with the stretches. Remember, keeping the toe aligned with the knee, tailbone down on the mat. Shoulders down, chest is open. Pull the both knees in. You're grabbing somewhere at the shin area. Using your elbow just to push your knee outwards to come to an inner thigh stretch or a hip opener. This is great because your back is nice and supported on the mat. You want to keep that spine straight as we do stretches. Draw the leg back in. We're going to come lying down on our sides, both knees bent. You're going to catch from the shin, either the ankle or the feet. Pull the leg back. Bring the heel as close as possible to the buttocks, keeping the hip and the knee in the same parallel line with the bottom leg or with the floor. Feel the stretch in the front thigh. I'm going to flip around to the back so you can see it on the other leg. So you're grabbing either the shin, ankle or the feet, pull back. Holding the stretch for 30 to 45 seconds. Alright, when you're ready, elongation of your whole spine, stretch your both arms overhead, legs straight down, arch the back up slightly. Just stay here in this elongated position for as long as you can. Get the chest open. Feel the contact of your tailbone into the mat. Our last stretch, we're going to come to prone extension here. So you're going to have your legs just hip width apart slightly. Push the upper body upwards. Hold this position. Hold this lift. Think of elongating the top part of your body at a 45 degrees angle from the crown of your head forward. So this is great. If you're always in a seated position, it's good to come into this extension and hold it for as long as possible. Now we're going to do the same stretch, but we're going to open our legs a little bit wider. Push ourselves up. Try to feel as you can lift the belly off the mat slightly. You will feel a nice good stretch on the front part of the body at the same time. Alright, when you're done, lower yourself down. Push yourself up. Have one leg forward, and then you're going to try to find a way to step up. And that's all we have for today's lesson. Have a great day.